No, Typhul. Strikes and defense are separate per character, so each character has to master their strikes and defense separately. They are different cards within the game code as well, so further justifying this implementation. Is the mobile version any good, says CrossUp. It is the Spire you know and love. It may not perform completely smoothly, and there are a few glitches in the mobile version that do not exist on normal versions. For example, the Ring of the Serpent is glitched and draws one more card than usual. It's actually good for the player that this glitch exists, but it is a difference between the games, so something to be aware of. How's it going, Papa? Mobile Ring of the Serpent Gaming makes Snecko-Eye jelly. I'd like to see a revision to Ring of the Serpent. I want it to say, draw 2 additional cards on your first 3 turns. And then stop. Transform, take $100 or do the boss swappy. Definitely like gold starts, generally speaking. We do have Slime Boss, who we'll have to prepare for. We just saw that Slime Boss kills Silent more than any other Act 1 boss, so... you know... could go to this store very early, or we could go to this store a little bit later. If we go to the second store, we only get 1 elite, though. Whereas we get 2 elites up the far left. What about the Burning Elite? That's not an unreasonable Burning Elite. We could go to this shop. Although that means then elite before first upgrade, which is never fun. Draw 2, discard 1 each turn. Oh, that'd be really good, mid-bros. That'd be very, very good. Honestly, just changing it to draw 1, discard 1 each turn would arguably be a buff to it. Just need at least 2 copies for Mastery Novex. More than 2 is acceptable. Oh man, actually something I meant to talk about in the 400 retrospective, but didn't mention. I'll bring it up now. The 1 bit of trivia. What was the card we had the most copies of during a single run in 2022? The answer to that being Ironclad had a 7 copy of Perfected Strike run that was successful. That was the most copies of 1 card we had. It's pretty funny. Alright, so all that is presupposing the 100 gold start. I guess I'll take it then. So I'm thinking here, or maybe go here. 1 elite Act 1 to prep for Slime Boss. Actually, you know what? Let's try it. Let's try going 1 elite Act 1. Let's just do this. Is this good? I don't know. Is that enough card rewards? I guess we can decide which way we're going here. And we'll want to take a bunch of card rewards on the way there, although maybe not too many. We'll see. Perfection is 6 copies. 6! Pretty much impossible to get 6 copies of a rare card, but I like that. Chummier Lion, thanks for 10 months of support. You're heckin' welcome. You keep watching, I'll keep making content. I don't see any reason I won't be still doing what I'm doing 5 years, 10 years from now. Although, I may not be playing Slay the Spire every day 10 years from now. That might even be a good thing. But I'll still be making content 5, 10 years from now. Do they have to be 2 upgraded copies? No. They can be either both unupgraded or mismatched. Data said that maybe I'm supposed to be taking Bane more often. We haven't mastered Bane yet. I'm still taking Dagger Throw here. I was wondering if it was ever right to play 2 strikes on the Acid Slime, but I don't think so. We need to be able to block this turn, yeah. Not a pretty turn. Any card games I'm excited for this year? Well, Hades 2 is, I believe, going to come out this year. That I'm excited for sure. Why block over killing on the first turn? Excellent question. Please direct this question to my publicist. Muscle memory, I suppose, is the answer. I did not have a good reason to do that. But yeah, Hades 2 is going to be really exciting when that comes out. Want to see a Weizenbaler in his 80s streaming Slay the Spire. Brilliance. My hope is also to see Stone Shard have a full release this year, but I don't actually know that that's guaranteed either. It might even be guaranteed not to happen. I'm not sure. I don't keep up with gaming news all that much these days. I used to be the fellow who had a monthly subscription to Game Informer, and I read the article preview about every single game that was coming out. But I learned over time that, one, there are way too many games to try to keep track of them all these days, and two, things that are said about a game before it releases and things that are said about a game after it releases rarely have anything to do with each other. So I don't pay much attention to the former. Cyberpunk. Daikatana. For me personally, the one that's a sore spot is Spore. I was very let down by that game. A Spore spot? Ha! Huh. Also, by the way, I can actually take this Bane and it's not terrible. Might do that over Finisher or Choke here. Better I take the Choke. Now, let's take a Bane. Let's take a Bane. 2 decent potions, pretty good cards. I might take an event over a combat here. Although I'd rather have the events later. Let's keep taking combats. Get all the cards we need. Oof. You sure you didn't want the event? Might go defend, fumes. Good fight for the Essence of Steel here. Silk Song, yes, I'm excited for that to come out. Did an off-stream playthrough of Hollow Knight this year. That was quite fun. Not the first time I played it. Is there a mechanic I'd like to see in Spire that doesn't exist yet? Ooh. I would like to see alternate acts, like a different version of Act 2 with different bosses that you could choose to go to or have a random chance to go to. Eduardo Corocchio, thanks for the 4 months. You're so welcome for the great entertainment. And yeah, actually, speaking of No Man's Sky, that's a very cool instance of a game because it was very hyped before release, a massive disappointment upon release, and then is one of the more interesting redemption stories in gaming because of how much post-release content it has gotten because of the initial bad press and how much the game has changed since then. Final Fantasy XIV had a similar story arc. Nothing has changed that I know of outside. I'll have to keep an eye on that, though. Smidley, thanks for 2 months of support. Dang, if only we'd triple blocked turn 1. We wouldn't have fumes, though. It's all good. Feels bad to slowly lose the plated armor, though. to rapidly lose the plated armor, though. Man, bummer. Can't kill the acid slime. Can't full block here. Unless I were to use the duplication potion, which I will not be doing. I suppose we'll just lose some more health. That's mostly fine. Big 10. I'm of the general opinion that Silent will more or less take the same amount of damage throughout her Act 1 Hardpool fights. But it may happen all at once at the beginning, sometimes. And that's kind of what we saw here. Once we get another potion, a couple more cards rewards offered, things could change quite significantly for us. Oof, one more parting hit, huh? Brutal. Not quite a kill. Dang. Well, at least we successfully lost all the plated armor off the potion. That's something. Yeah, Slime Slaver's just really tough. I don't feel bad about suffering through that. Dagger Throw makes this a takeable sneaky strike, and we were looking for more damage, especially against the slime boss, so I'm going to take it. I think it's quite useful. We'll pick up a prepared if we see one next. Alright, what's the second Hardpool fight? 3 lice. This should be a lot easier. Should be. Doesn't mean it is. Ow. Bummer. Defend. Probably want to Bane one of them to split the armor off. Hitting the one that does 8 damage is probably the best. Although it has the most health. So maybe go for the middle one because it's lowest health, middle damage. That seems reasonable. That strike will kill it then. Okay, defend, being the middle one here. Lose some more health this turn. Hopefully nothing next turn. We'll see. Terrifying. Simply terrifying. The good news is, we now have 2 potions, we're through all the difficult fights, and I think because we have Sneaky Strike, I'll happily take another Dagger Throw here. That's going to give us some very consistent draw discard. We're going to get 2 upgrades and a shop before we have to contend with an elite, and we're stocked up well for the elite. Overall, seems pretty good. Canlek, thanks for the Prime sub. Welcome to the Cozy Sub Club. Cry of the Wind. If you play a lot of Watcher, do you become Scry of the Wind? Let's take that Dagger Throw. I won't even consider the Quick Slash over the Dagger Throw. That's how sad Quick Slash is these days. Definitely a card that's just completely fallen out of favor to me. Let's see, is our first upgrade the Fumes? I think it's actually the Sneaky Strike. As we get +4 damage on this, on what should be a free card a lot of the time. And we're not immediately being put into a fight where I think the Fumes would be a very important upgrade. Amazing shop here. Amazing shop here. I wish we had 500 gold, because I want Terror, I want Backflip, I want Frozen Eye, I want Art of War, and I want a card remove. That's right, our starting bonus was 100 gold. Quick reminder, yeah, we do have a ! Meow command, along with similar commands for many frequently asked questions, because the deeply linked mind of Bailorbot can read into my Slay the Spire save file to answer commonly asked questions. It's good stuff. Poor Juzu bracelet gets no love. According to the stats, the Juzu's pretty good. At least it was on Ironclad, I think. Kicking says we can afford Terror, Backflip, Frozen Eye. That is yes to me. Frozen Eye and Draw is very good, especially Draw Discard, with things that have prerequisite effects. Like we know if the Sneaky Strike is going to be drawn by the Dagger Throw, for example. Deep Breath plus Frozen Eye is also a fun one. There's a lot of cool stuff you could do with that, although we can't afford them both. I am going to buy the Frozen Eye, the Backflip, and the Terror. Although we could also remove a Strike instead. I think the Terror is one of the best. Of course, now that we've purchased Terror for 76 gold, we're guaranteed to be offered it at the next at the next card reward, rather. The deck is pretty well set up. I'm actually content to sleep, I think, at this rest site. That'll give us enough health to make it through the Elite guaranteed. What is the crucial difference here? Resting allows us to always survive 2 turns against Lagavulin and 3 turns against Gremlin Knob. These are important things. Although I think the Frozen Eye and the Dupe Pot will really help make the Gremlin Knob fight easier. I could definitely see Gremlin Knob with a bad draw order being really tough. And if there's any upgrade that would make a difference, we can use the Blessing of the Forge on it. So, I'm going to sleep. I'm going to sleep. Guaranteed to see Terror offered again because we bought it here. Just a superstition. Not anything actually in the game code, but more like, of course that happened. Oh, we can also go to the 2 events here after this Elite. So let's go into the Elite now. First. Ooh, okay. Very happy to see Mercury Hourglass. Because Mercury Hourglass, in my mind, is the solve to Slime Boss. Yeah, the Slime Boss relic, as it were. 3 damage to every enemy every turn is so much help against the Slime Boss. And dramatically improves our odds of getting through that most difficult of fights. It also helps out just a little bit against the Gremlin Knob, and that too can make a difference. Alright, we get to know our exact draws, which means it's time for math, Twitch chat. What do we need to do to avoid taking damage on turn 3 of this fight? So, our opening draw is currently going to be Terror, then play Sneaky Strike for 24. Next turn we can play Strike, Strike, Neutralize, Defend, and then Strike, Dagger Throw, knowing that the Dagger Throw draws the Dagger Throw. So how much damage is that exactly? Math time. So we're currently at 83, minus 24 from the Sneaky Strike, minus 994, and 3 more from the Hourglass next turn. Then on the 3rd turn, we do another 9, plus 13, plus 13. So that's actually enough to kill. We're already killing the Gremlin Knob without using any potions, and we take barely any damage at all. So we keep these potions, that's what I say. Will this be on the exam? Yes. There's no way I'd be doing this fight with no potions if it weren't for the Frozen Eye. That's really cool, actually. Neat. This fight brought to you by Frozen Eye. You get a boat thingy. On the start of your 3rd turn, gain 18 block. We also saw this as one of the top performing relics, and it is also a Slime Boss relic, allowing us to block turn 3 if we want. We're offered a 2nd Sneaky Strike. I mean, double Dagger Throw, double Sneaky Strike with Frozen Eye seems pretty good to me. And I don't believe we've gotten 2 copies of this card in a win yet, so let's do it. Pot, Forge Pot. Swift Pot. Swift Pot seems better than Forge Pot with the Frozen Eye. Dupe Pot's very powerful with Sneaky Strike. And we definitely just want events now. I'm ready to fight Slime Boss. We're going to win that fight. So let's do it. Why not the Dagger Spray here? Because I don't think we need any more help for Slime Boss, is the short answer to it. And I think the Sneaky Strikes might surprise you with just how much damage they do in this deck. Cleric offers us a card removal, and I'm happy to take it. Now that we have great attacks in Dagger Throw, Sneaky Strike, I think we should start getting rid of the basic strikes as much as possible. Now I get offered 275 gold and a curse. That's a lot of money, actually. And with the Frozen Eye, I think we can handle it. Although we'll have to get through the slime boss with the curse in our deck. I think that's very doable. Especially since we rested earlier. And then we can remove this curse in Act 2 while getting a lot else done in the shop. More than any other curse deal in Slay the Spire, this one's particularly worth it. You get 225 additional gold compared to the prey option for taking the curse, and that's more than enough to buy a relic. Guitar Alarm says, I'm finally getting further and further into 820 by removing as many strikes as possible on defect. Thank you. You're welcome, Guitar. Yeah, even right from floor 1, you just remove all 4 strikes. The defect does fine, because Zap Dual Cast is so much damage output. Really impressive, actually, what the defect can do with just that. Alright, we want to upgrade Fumes for Slime Boss, and I'm thinking we can maybe get the Terror upgrade. Although, would this deck take a Snecko Eye? Actually, we would, yeah. So maybe I'll delay that upgrade until Act 2, just on the off chance that that ends up being our boss relic. That would make the other Sneaky Strike a reasonable upgrade. Or whatever we get from this fight. Okay, so here's the power of Frozen Eye. We can see that next turn, we do not draw Sneaky Strike, Dagger Throw together. But if I play Dagger Throw this turn, then we'll draw these 5 cards instead, because we'll draw and discard this strike. And that way I will have Dagger Throw, Sneaky Strike together. Very important information. We're going to go Terror, Dagger Throw, Survivor here. Question is, does this get me a kill? I'm pretty sure this does. Yeah. Good fight. Third Dagger Throw. Honestly? Takeable. It's full Sneaky Strike consistency, which I really like. And knowing exactly how many of them I want to play, because I know the exact draw order, seems interesting. It's not needed, but I'm wondering if it's actually helpful. Yeah, I agree. I wish it was an acro or a prepared, huh? We'd much rather just have a prepared. Thing is, it is damage, which is quite nice. Acro... The thing I really struggle with on acro is you trade energy for not damage or block. Just nothing. Does help a little bit for Slime Boss, who again I don't think we need help against. Does make the regret a lot more manageable too. I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna take that Dagger Throw. We don't get any more picks here. And we're gonna upgrade what? Sneaky Strike, Neutralize, or Terror? Neutralize actually pretty good currently, as we did not get any other weak source cards. I like the way these are arranged. Very satisfying visual triangle formation to me. I'm thinking Neutralize here. Let's do it. It's a pretty good upgrade. Bane is a lot more damage with the upgrade. Bane's actually worth considering too. So I can't backflip into Sneaky Strike currently. That's a bit of a problem. Let's just make next turn Dagger Throw, Sneaky Strike noxious. So I'll just play Dagger Throw. Excuse me, Dagger Throw, Strike this turn. Discard the regret. Got some hiccups here. Although if I do Dagger Throw, Sneaky Strike, Fumes, Terror, is that allowed? Yes, that is allowed. Although I have to play Sneaky Strike before Terror because order is a thing. That's fun. Yeah, Reflex or Tactician would be very, very good now. Chug too many beers. What I do on my break is none of your business. So we can play 3 strikes here, or we can just block for 28, take 10. Next turn have Bane Sneaky Strike. Let's see, we would do 27 damage, bringing Slime Boss to 70 clean. 67 with the poison. I think I'd rather just take 10 here. It's boat time. Bonk. Could use a potion, but I don't think we're going to. We're going to absolutely stomp this nerd, is what we're going to do. Get in there, Sneaky Strike. Get in there, Bane. How's that for a split? 26. That'll do. And let's draw Strike, Neutralize, Slime, Slime Strike. Yeah, that'll be a good draw. If one of them is attacking us, we can split it with the attacks. Let the Relics kill them. Next turn, we can Dagger Throw, Strike. We got this. We got this. Easy. Definitely feel like that third Sneaky Strike paid off in that fight. Or third Dagger Throw paid off in that fight. Ooh, a Doppel or Malaise? Doppelganger with Frozen Eye is really tempting. This opens up some Galaxy Brain plays. If we know exactly how many cards we need to draw and exactly how much energy we need, we can really optimize this to have the ideal impact. But Malaise is also pretty good here. As a general use survival card, one of the best weak source cards, in my opinion. Really good against some Act 2 threats in particular, like the Book of Stabbing and the Snake Plant and the birds. But the Frozen Eye really makes me want a Doppelganger. Especially if we see another X-cost card in the future, we can really abuse it with Doppel here. Let's take Doppel. I'm going to try it. And we're offered Slaver's Collar, Fusion Hammer, or Wristblade. Well, this ain't a Wristblade deck, that's for sure. So, deny ourselves future upgrades, which could make the whole draw discard thing a little questionable. Or deny ourselves energy during the basic fights, which that won't go too bad, actually. With this many Sneaky Strikes, we can do pretty well on low energy. Yeah, that sounds reasonable. Sure. Sure. Didn't see... Color didn't really stand out in the stats breakdown, but it's definitely a decent performer. Alright, well, we're not exactly ready to go elite farming. We took a ton of money for a curse, and that means we are a little bit obliged to visit a store here, with the option to go to 2, which means we could remove the curse and another strike if we were so diligent. Also, wouldn't mind an upgrade. Now that we have Slaver's Collar especially, I really do want to upgrade Terror, and probably also Doppelganger are my choices for upgrade. Let's start here against this Spirit Guardian, and we do get Doppel turn 1, which means potential. And we do have to use the Doppelganger if we want to line up this Dagger Throw with Sneaky Strike. Use of the Doppelganger is also the only way to avoid damage from Regret here, because it's the only way to both draw and then discard this card. So I need to do the full 3 energy Doppelganger here, which is good, because I don't think we want to play Fumes anyway, and the Strike and Bane barely do damage. So it looks like my best line is Neutralize Doppel for 3. We're not going to get Terror applied. We're just going to have to break through. Thankfully, the Captain's Wheel makes this fight a lot easier. So let's do that. Right, yeah, if we Doppel for 2, we have a bad hand, so I'll have to use a potion. Doppel for 3. Malaise would have been pretty good here, too, because then I could have used Malaise to remove the artifact from this enemy. And the Fumes would be applying poison already. And the next turn we do what? Dagger Throw, Sneaky Strike. We'll have to play Survivor, so probably Dagger Throw, Sneaky Strike, Dagger Throw, Survivor. Seems pretty reasonable. Mercury Hourglass is chipping away, doing its thing. full block. We should have a kill next turn relatively easily. We only have to do 12 damage. Yeah, very good fight. Very good fight. Perfect. No potion use. First combat in Act 2. That's not easy to do. Concentrate. Lets us discard cards to gain energy. Don't have a lot of use for that, other than alongside the doppelganger, mostly. It would also let me backflip and then concentrate and then sneaky strike, but then I'm left with energy that I can't spend after that. Piercing Whale looks like a good card, especially since we didn't take the melees. We'd love a block for multi-attacks. And knowing exactly when it's going to come is also very nice with Frozen Eye. I'm going to take the Piercing Whale there. Waffle is here. Well-Laid Plans is here. Kunai is here. Eviscerate is here. Waffle is 16 hit points for 161 gold. Probably not really worth it. It's less health than resting is. Although it gets us to more health than resting could. Kunai is pretty strong for silent a lot of the time. We don't actually play 3 attacks all that often. I guess we do pretty frequently, because the sneaky strikes are free. And the dagger throws happen a lot. So we gain dex a lot with Kunai. Probably around once every other turn, is my guess, currently. That's good. Not great, but good. Likewise, Well-Laid Plans is good, but not great. I am tempted to simply remove and go to the next shop, but I'm also very down to buy this Kunai. Slow but gradual scaling. Who are we fighting? We're fighting Champ. Champ is a very good reason to buy a Kunai. Good enough for me. Good enough for me. And yeah, we're not going to go to the next shop now, because it would be a waste. So we'll go through 3 combats. That could be a lot of damage dealt to us, but I think we'll be okay here. Between the boat thingy and the Kunai and the Frozen Eye. It all comes out in the wash, so to speak, here. We have a decent enough turn lined up. Turn 1 here, I can go Dagger Throw, Sneaky Strike. Dagger Throw, Neutralize, Backflip. I get to play 1 block card there. That's kind of bad. But we do start the Dexterity Train. I could use a Dupe Pot on the backflip to full block. We're at 50% chance to find a potion. We have several more combats coming up. That speaks to me to a good use for a potion here. I could also Dupe Pot the Sneaky Strike if I'm going to use the Dupe Pot, which would do another 16 damage and give me 2 energy back. In which case my turn could be what? Dagger Throw, double Sneaky Strike brings me to 5 energy. Third Dagger Throw. We're at here. Backflip gets to here. 5 energy, 4 energy, 3 energy. 2 energy. I can play both of these defends. Okay, yeah, so I'd rather Dupe Pot the Sneaky Strike if I'm going to use the Dupe Pot. Sure, let's do that. I think I miscounted my energy. Looks like I did. I definitely miscounted something somewhere. Okay, this works though. We can Dagger Throw for another Kunai, play the defend, take 2. That's pretty good. I'm not going to bother with the fumes here. Yes, I'm quite happy with that. Next turn looks pretty sad, and there's not much I can do about it unless... Oh, no, wait. We have wheel. We're fine. Good. There is something I can do about it. Apparently. Fear me. Alright. Very low damage parasite fight. Calculated gamble with Frozen Eye and a bunch of sneaky strikes is something that I would like to have. Expertise also very good with Frozen Eye. I think Expertise really wants an upgrade, whereas Calc Gamble, you don't need it though. Definitely happy to take a Gamba. Here's where I kind of wish we'd taken Malaise. We did take Piercing Whale, though. And I am allowed to Piercing Whale Calculated Gamble here. Piercing Whale Neutralize Gamble draws 4, specifically. Then I get the Sneaky Strike. Or we can Doppelganger this turn. A little tempting. Blocking next turn looks important. If I attack this turn... Again, Piercing Whale, Neutralize Gamble. Then play Sneaky Strike, Dagger Throw, Fumes. So we discard the Terror. Next turn I draw this. That blocks just fine with plus Dex and weak. And then we're fine the next turn too. Okay, this seems okay. I actually could backflip Gamble if I wanted to. Taking 3 is fine though, yes? Yes. And I either get to play Fumes or Terror as well. Let's make it Terror. Alright, this ends up being the debuff turn, which is good, because now it means we're getting attacked on the Captain's Wheel turn. Although, our enemy won't be weakened. But I can play Dagger Throw, Sneaky Strike, Dagger Throw, Defend, and we full block. Ill Beats. The Sick Beats. Thanks for 2 months of support. If your beats are sick, please make sure they get medical attention. Thank you. Strike should kill, right? Yeah, Strike will do 6 damage. Just barely a kill here. Backstab. Yes. Especially with Kunai, yes. Slice is like a reusable backstab that does less damage. I don't actually want that. I just want the one backstab. For turn 1 shenanigans. Helps us get dexterity turn 1. Can't really say no to that, although perhaps you should. Amazing turn next turn, although with random costs, who knows what's going to happen. Please have mercy, Snecko, of randomness. Thank you for the comparative mercy you have shown us on this day. Is it worth playing Terror now? Probably. It's not the draw we wanted to have. It's okay. Order? Yeah, wrong order there. Okay, that's fine. Full block this automatically. Probably just gonna go Sneaky Strike Doppelganger here. Give myself a better next turn. Sacrificing today for a better tomorrow. Draw something else, please. That's more like it. Top card is Bane, apparently. Which means it doesn't matter much. Good fight. Yeah, right? Yes, good fight. Lock Potion's nice to have. Catalyst, interesting. Caltrop's not bad. We want passive damage for the late game, especially. This is looking like the sort of deck that probably wants a Caltrops. And it might even be useful sooner rather than later. Caltrops Kunai is kind of a natural pairing, and we've already got passive damage in the Hourglass. It's not upgraded, which makes me want it a little bit less, though. This is a question of how likely am I to see other heart answers later in the run? Pretty likely. I'll pass on this one. I'll pass on this one. We're going to upgrade Terror and then probably Doppelganger next. It's really going to depend on how this elite fight goes, though. This is my current intended path. Fight 2 elites. We could do 3, but that seems unwise when we've got upgrades to get. Why not? Believe it or not, I don't think we've actually seen the Melange yet. Oh, hey, we have more energy? Oh, I completely forgot this was a 4 energy deck. Maybe I should have gone 3 elites, actually. Well, either way, what is this going to be? Backflip, Survivor, Sneaky. Piercing Whale to full block. We do 16 plus 12 plus 11 damage to this nerd. Don't get a KO, but next turn we do. Next turn I draw Dagger Throw, Strike, Bane, Strike, Terror. Oof, that's going to be awkward. That's a good block potion turn. Does the Swift Potion get me anywhere? Not really. Not really. Okay, that seems fine. I have comparatively few complaints. We also get Fumes in play. I didn't count that. I should not have discarded the Strike. We should have just played it and killed, rather than doing what we did here. That's not bad, though. The Fumes in the Hourglass kills the Backslaver, so we don't actually have to contribute any additional damage. But I definitely misoptimized that a little bit. Although, and this is what I was talking about, actually. These fights are the ones that could really benefit from a little bit more slowness, a little bit more forethought. A little bit more block potion. Again, did I... No, this is still a kill. Okay, good. Like, did I just discard the strike I needed for a kill while I'm narrating that? That would have been embarrassing. Either way, we get through a very difficult elite fight with very little damage taken, which makes me pretty happy. Good fight. Get a Regal Pillow. If we choose to sleep, we sleep very hard. Do we want a Die to augment our area damage? I'm going to go with yes, we do. Especially a one-time use card, right? This is not a card that we have to tolerate being in the deck for long, and in the initial draw through, it helps us get the Kunai online as well. This is a card I like quite a lot. Definitely not going to upgrade it, but pretty happy we have it. And now we upgrade Doppelganger so that it gives us one more draw and one more energy no matter what. That's going to be pretty important, I think. We also get the Smiling Mask. We've already removed 2 cards, right? No, we've only removed 1. This will save us 50 gold at the next shop and even more at the next shop. I bet we're going to go to 2 more shops. So this is 125 gold. I'll take it. I'll take it. The Golden Shrine is back. Fun fact, you can encounter this event 3 times in a run of Slay the Spire. Obviously, we should have gone for a double regret run. Given that we just picked up Smiling Mask, I think I'm going to take this. What's the worst that could happen? No, genuinely, what is the worst? Don't answer that. Looks like we're playing Piercing Whale next turn. Maybe I'll use the Swift Potion next turn. This turn looks pretty good, though. We discard the Regret. Sneaky Backstab is Kunai. Then we have easy full block. Although I could go Swift Potion now, play Fumes Strike. Next turn we get to go Wail, Terror, Defend. Oof. And then Strike, Neutralize, Strike, Bane, Gamble, which actually draws the real cards. Okay, that's not bad. Although we have to discard Neutralize to get the backflip, huh? Oof, all three of these are on the bottom? Hello? What awkwardness. Yeah, it looks like having Fumes in play one turn earlier is important. Let's do that. Although Neutralize alone will full block. Actually, next turn we can just go Neutralize Bane Strike if I want to. Or better yet, Neutralize, Gamble, Doppelganger? Ooh, I like that line. Let's think about that line a bit more. Because we get 18 block here. If we play Neutralize, this thing does 18 damage. So... Oh no, let's do it this way. We'll play Bane, Gamble, draw Doppel and Die. Play the Die, get a Kunai proc. And then this will draw us 3 more cards next turn, so we can do crazy things and finish the fight. Really good Book of Stabbing fight. Toxic Egg is here. Any skills we add will be upgraded. This is why... Hello? This is why we haven't seen any acrobatics yet. Or any prepared, because we were waiting for the upgraded ones to show up. Or the upgraded adrenaline. Yes? Adrenaline plus, please? My kingdom for a potion, though. Hello? Probably want to take 2 combats just to get 2 potions. One event is tempting, though. What's the event chance at? 20% to be a fight, 6% to be a shop. We would like to see a shop. Okay, let's do 2 events. Haha! Aha! Aha? Is this an enlightenment run? Because we have 2 sneaky strikes. That's it though, right? Just on the sneaky strikes? No, it's not worth it. The Abacus is here. Been hitting that Gurya? I actually have Crod. It's true. I have, as they say, lifted. So do I actually remove this regret? Or do we think we can maybe get another one? I'm trying to remember, is there an event that specifically gives you a regret in Act 3? You can get a Doubt from Mind Bloom. You can get 2 Normalities from Mind Bloom. Oh, we can get a 3rd Gold Shrine. That's right. Of course we can. Yeah, I'll keep it for now. Just the Gold Shrine, which will obviously occur. So do we want the Abacus? Do we want the Ink Bottle? Do we want anything else here? A potion's reasonable. A Dexterity Potion? Yeah, it's just Squint. It's a Dexterity Potion, don't worry. Or a Blessing of the Forger Flex Potion. No Autumn Eggplants. Thanks for the 20 months of support. What a name. Pendim's really not doing that much damage. It's doubling a Sneaky Strike really at best. Ink Bottle is letting us draw many more cards, which seems pretty broadly useful. I'll take the Ink Bottle. I'll pay for that. And we're offered 3 upgraded Apparitions, which we have yet to master. This seems like it might be the run. This is the first time we're getting these with the Toxic Egg, so that all 3 come with a plus. Apparition Plus lacks the ethereal keyword, meaning that whether we discard it or not, we will we will be able to keep the card. Also, with Frozen Eye, we can know exactly how much draw I need in order to get our apparitions in play. Let's do it. Take 3 upgraded apparitions. Whatever those things were, they're gone now. You continue on, feeling rather hollow. So we just have to be mindful of the regret, which is not always even going to be a threat. I don't really need the apparitions. The birds don't do much damage next turn. And on turn 3, we have the boat thingy kicking in. Definitely want to play Fumes turn 1. We're not drawing into Sneaky Strike? No. Her the one with the most health. You. Backstab you. And I can't play 2 more attacks? No, but we can do Acro, Dagger Throw next turn. Piercing Wail, Dagger Throw, Bane looks good. Piercing Wail will full block single-handedly next turn. That's where 1 more energy would have been really nice, but such is the life of the Slaver's Caller. Next turn we get to Die. That should finish off the back one, so we won't put any more damage there. I'm going to draw, discard this. Next turn, Backflip draws to here. Ink Bottle is going to draw the Regret. Dang. Or if we don't play the Backflip, we don't draw it. And then we can Gamble it away. That's the other way to do it. Yeah, just don't play Backflip. That works. And here I'm just trying to increase the number on the ink bottle prior to the champ fight to 9. Since the number on this relic carries over between combats, it's something that's very rewarding to sink some investment into. Deflect seems pretty good with Kunai, although there's a risk of having too many defensive cards in the deck. Deflect Plus seems too good to ignore, regardless. I'll take it. Alright, what's our pre-champ upgrade? Calc Gamble is a very reasonable choice. Nothing else seems to matter that much. Our plan against champ is to scale our dexterity up turn over turn, keeping an apparition to keep us safe from the execute, ideally, while trying to discard regret most of the times we see it. Calculated Gamble upgrade will definitely help with that. Let's upgrade that. Don't have the patience to play 3 turns in advance. I'm just grateful to know what I'm doing 3 turns in advance, so that I don't have to consider all the possible draws, just the one that I'm actually getting. It's quite nice. I think we're discarding that. Keep the apparitions if possible. Chip away at champ's health where possible. These are the directives currently. Excuse you. Possible to full block this without the apparition. Much easier to just use the apparition here. And I think I'd rather use 1 or 2 early anyway. And I can also get a Kunai proc if I play the apparition. So let's do that. Don't think I'm going to play the Doppelganger yet. We might want to keep this for a key turn. Good. Next turn, we can probably calculate and gamble away the regret, even after playing Doppelganger. That's neat. We'll think about that more momentarily. Or I'll draw regret right now if I play 2 more cards. Yes, Champ will shake off the Vuln when purging debuffs, so that's something we have to be careful of. So let's see. Double now draws Calc. Calc then draws 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. And then we're going to draw 10 cards. All of these. Okay, that's our time to shine then. Let's go. Do as much damage as possible to the champ on this turn. I think I want to shuffle the deflect. I think so. Fortunately, to get the Sneaky Strike to activate, we have to reshuffle. Although, reshuffling without all these other blocks is probably good. We'll lose the defend for the moment. So now Sneaky Strikes can be played. We can get to the Regret and discard it. Sneaky Strike. Dagger Throw. Neutralize. So we're going to draw that Apparition, that's it. Not particularly thrilled, actually. This works out, though. Just not overwhelmed by what we did. So this turn, Champ will purge debuffs. This is our last chance to do improved damage. Although the weakness will wear off, at least. Should backflip first here. Seek to play 3 attacks. Piercing Wail next turn might be a good thing to keep, actually, as the top card, just in case. But I think I'd rather just gamble so that we can optimize. Understand if we need to use the Snecka Oil or something. I'm going to go with yes. We're going to need to use the Snecka Oil to draw the Apparition. Alright. Don't love that, but that's where we are. You've done it now. Face my wrath, which is equal to your max health times 2, apparently. Neat. So we're always fine as long as I deflect and then Snecka Oil. Even if the Apparition costs 3, I can still play it. So let's just do that. And then we can see what our hand looks like afterwards. I'm very happy to randomize Sneaky Strike, actually. All too happy to. Mostly they stayed the same. A bunch of stuff costs 2. Overall, tolerable. Tolerable. Okay. Play Apparition again on this turn, which seems like a pretty reasonable idea, but we'd better finish the fight soon, or else. Alright. Doesn't attack us this turn. That's great. What an opportunity to deal damage. Let's go. Couple of 2. 1, 2, 3, so I can Sneaky Strike, Dagger Throw. Uh-oh. Is that going to be enough? It sure doesn't feel like enough. No Metallicize, at least. But next turn I've got what? Neutralize, Strike? Is that... Let's see. We bring him to 21... minus 7, minus 9, minus 3. That is enough, right? And then we... Yeah, the strike will be enough. Okay. We're panicking, but... Oh, wait, he's metallicizing. Oh, shoot. I missed the part where he's getting blocked, though. Uh-oh. Good news is... We're not vulnerable, and my blocks are for a ton, so... We actually just do this. Spooky. Thanks, Kunai. Saved us there. Whew. Another Adrenaline, or we could add Nightmare to the mix. Still at 80%, man. Where are the potions at, though? So Nightmare would let us duplicate Apparitions, which seems pretty good. Seems very good. Double potions, thanks. Thanks for the double potions that I don't have. Probably don't want a Velvet Choker, gaining an energy at the end of each turn, but not being able to play more than 6 cards per turn. We saw very poor performance from Velvet Choker, so much so in our last year of play, I'm tempted to call it the worst boss relic, or at least my worst boss relic. Pandora's Box looks pretty good here. Transform 8 cards, 3 strikes and 5 defends, although defends are kind of nice with the kunai. The random but any skills we get being upgraded is very tempting here. There's a lot of potential good stuff. What's in the box? I don't think either of these relics do much for us. Like maybe Sacred Bark, but let's see what this is. It's an upgraded Corpse Explosion, an upgraded Crippling Cloud, an upgraded Storm of Steel, and a Footwork, as well as our second Bane, and some other stuff. Overall, decent. Definitely not good. We didn't get any Tacticians or Reflexes or Acrobatics or block cards, period. But we did get a Footwork. So there's that. Do I want an early shop? Definitely tempting to go 3 elites here. We did take the Slaver's Collars, so we should fight more of them. I suppose this is a reasonable path. This will also let us know if we're getting the second Regret, or if I should remove it. We'll find out. Definitely want the early events here. You fool. Nope, nope, nope. Infinite Blade's not good enough with just kunai. Although it might let us get dexterity a little bit more quickly. It's just not going to be worth the power play most of the time. Especially since currently we don't have the cards that scale with dexterity to even benefit from. Definitely love looking at colorless cards with Toxic Egg. The upgraded colorless skills are truly absurd in quality. Like Master of Strategy Plus here, or Double Impatience Plus is quite interesting here. Could also go Double Dark Shackles if we want some serious block cards. And actually, some serious block cards would be nice. Dark Shackles Plus, also a pretty good Nightmare target. Impatience pretty tricky, especially with the Skewer, although the ability to draw and discard a whole bunch of stuff makes it a bit better. Let's take Double Dark Shackles, although actually, and I want that Master actually. Flash of Steel is also kind of nice. Go Flash of Steel over Impatience. And I'm going to take Master Strategy over the second Dark Shackles. We've already got our Dark Shackles mastered, so I don't need both copies. 22 health? Oh yeah, because I paid 10 health. I was like, where did I lose my health? I can't open the draw pile yet, right? We have a Corpse Explosion and Apparitions and such. I'll fight these nerds. That looks like a really good turn 1. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Truly absurd. what it is. So we're going to want to gamble. Play Corpse Explosion. Let's see. If I want to draw Sneaky, I master strategy for 3, then gamble. We draw 9. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. We're out of here. Which means I can get Corpse Explosion, Acrobatic Storm of Steel is an option. How much damage is that? Be 6 damage per card in hand. That should be enough, actually. So yes, master strategy, then gamble. Go Terror, Sneaky Strike, Acrobatics. Actually, play this first. We also need to do slight damage here, just 3. So if I play Storm of Steel, we get 7 shivs that do 6 damage each. 7 times 6 is 42. That will not be enough. Got Apparition, though, so I can just go Apparition, Storm of Steel. Next turn we draw Apparition, Apparition. It seems fine to me. Shivs do only 6 damage. Oh, no, wait, no, they do 9. That's right, they are Shiv plus with Vulnerable. So 9 times 7 is 63. And that will kill them both right now. Good talk. Setup Plus is back to let us do stupid things with Nightmare. Or we can take a well-laid plan so that we can hold on to either the Nightmare or the Apparition to be able to combo them. Give me that. Not gonna fall for setup again. Don't be ridiculous. Easy. Crippling Cloud Plus, that would be a second copy, but I don't actually think I want 2 copies of Crippling Cloud. I would love a Catalyst. And I would love to come up with a dad joke for chat. Who tasked the Silent with bringing them a shrubbery? The knights who say, "Flying knee!" Good day. The knights who say, "Meow." I like that. I like that. Go to the event. Not this event, though. Different event. Totally different event, please. Probably should be taking more fights on this run. That might be the downfall if we don't take more combats, get more card rewards, huh? We got a few coming up. All right. I shan't worry too much. Okay, Acro gets the Adrenaline again. We want to get Noxious Fumes in play. We want to get Regret discarded, and we probably want to draw a lot of cards next turn. That's my guess. I might want to disregard these daggers, because I'm guessing I'm going to be intangible next turn. Let's start with the Acrobatics, then. I'm probably never playing Flying Knee because I'd rather just play the Doppel. We are playing this. We are playing this, and we need to discard this. We need to draw no additional cards next turn, but we would like to draw more. I can draw 2. If I draw a full 10, which is nearly impossible, I'd have to take a lot of damage to do that. Then we can get the... Oh, no. As long as I... Doppelganger here. So I could go Apparition Doppelganger this turn. And then next turn I'm able to draw to the Nightmare. So that lets me Nightmare Apparition. If I wanted to. Do I need to? I'm not sure I do. We could maybe just get through this fight with Nightmare Sneaky Strike, actually. But Nightmare Apparition definitely makes the fight nice and easy. Although I will have to take 3 for that. Probably worth it. Alright. And that means not playing Backstab either? No, I'm okay with playing Backstab. Because we don't care about whether we draw that or not. Good. So... Apparition, Backstab here, Doppelganger. Take 1 from that, take 1 from this, take 1 from this. And now we go Dagger Throw. Flash of Steel. Nightmare the Apparition. Yes. Yeah, talk about the Frozen Eye value, hey? Go plans, Apparition, Apparition, Apparition. Keep the Storm of Steel Plus, actually. Who even needs block cards when you're a spooky ghost? This didn't work out the way I wanted it to, though. One moment. Here we are. Is actually enough? Not quite. Alright, I'll take 1. That's fine. Got Regal Pillow if we need to restore our hit points. After all, we don't need that many upgrades thanks to the Toxic Egg. Snecko Skull's pretty cool, meaning we now apply more poison. We can find a Catalyst. We can really get some stuff done. We're lacking for block cards, and we have a Kunai. That makes Cloak and Dagger seem pretty okay here. Although, man, we're at 38 cards now, which is kind of too many, if you ask me. But yeah, it's definitely nice with Fumes, for sure. Can we make it through another Elite fight? That's my question. It's the Nemesis. Nemesis Frozen Eye seems pretty good, actually. Let's see. If we backflip, we can Acro into the Well-Laid Plans here. Yes, we can. And then we can hold on to the Apparition, so we should be quite safe. Knowing exactly where Well-Laid Plans is in the draw pile is also very, very good information. Let's see here. Just need to draw 1 more, and then Master of Strat. But that's not quite true, because I want to discard the Regret. So we play Well-Laid Plans. Doesn't look like I can play the Fumes, too. That's what I'm seeing here. That's fine. Then Acro can discard the Regret. Next turn looks pretty bad. But that's what the Apparitions are for. That is kind of what the Apparitions are for. And I can Nightmare an Apparition by Well-Laid Plansing them. Okay, that's fine. Keep this, keep this. Actually prefer the big hit here because I've got an Apparition and I can't block. So the ×3 attack would do 3 damage. This attack only does 1. I'll take it. could have gone a kunai this turn. Don't really care. No, I don't really care. Keep the sneaky strike and this dagger throw. I will not be playing that. Storm of Steel is now pretty bad if we're holding on apparitions. That's okay. It's tolerable. Keep these. How do I like my eggs cooked? Sunny side up usually. That's my jam. Let's see, you're intangible. Not over easy? You should know from watching this stream that I prefer things not to be easy. $8.20 over butter. Bacon and eggs on burgers is amazing. Can confirm, yes. Don't need Outmaneuver and Ancient T-Set. Hell no. T-Set's pretty sweet. Beast Statue would have been nice last act, when I had 100% potion chance almost. 80%. Not 100%. But it feels like it sometimes. Deep down. Do that now? Do that now. Let me do the Nightmare Apparition thing. Nice attack, nerd. Actually, you know what? Forget Nightmare Apparition. You're a pathetic. I'm gonna Nightmare Adrenaline. You heard me. Let's see, next turn looks pretty good. We can get poison down. This and this. The turnip value. Turnip power. Strike is not active, that's fine. Let's have one really big turn, basically. That's kind of the goal here. Me a lot of energy and dexterity, all of which are pretty good. Time to get some good poison down. I want to discard this regret. Really want to keep Survivor for that, huh? Or the Gamble. Gamble works too. You can see, though, that we are still lacking in damage. Now is when I'd really like to take a Caltrops to help out against the heart. Because we are not solved in that fight yet, by any stretch of the imagination. Gambler's Brew, very, very good. Second copy of Deflect, I think is crucial here to restore our way of blocking, especially for zero cost. And we'll lose this Poison Potion. We did find a Catalyst. Alright, we've successfully limped to the shop. No second regret, which makes me think we're probably not going to get it. We are offered Caltrops, though. Which I might be purchasing here. Discovery is kind of interesting, too. This can be a very useful scaling card against bosses. Yeah, we just said Caltrops. I might also take Deflect number 3 as well. I think it's going to be a broadly useful card. Skip the Discovery. I'd like to be able to afford a Relic in the final store, and we can do that. Also buy some potions. Transient, huh? Oof. Okay, good draw turn 1. Good draw turn 1. Feels encouraging. So what? Backflip. Doppel gamble. Yeah, double gamble. Doppel gamble. Kunai. And then it's pretty good next turn. Nightmare Apparition's a very easy way to solve this fight. Might not be what we do, though. We could also stack a sufficient amount of poison. Easier said than done, though. Definitely want to play as many powers as possible here. Let's get them in play. I'd also be able to Nightmare that Adrenaline, actually. Wait, how do I get more cards? Oh yeah, Adrenaline draws this. Okay, so I can't Nightmare the Adrenaline, because I need the Adrenaline to draw the Nightmare. Well, that makes sense. Makes a lot of sense. And yes, we can draw and play it this turn, and we might as well. Alright, Nightmare this then. Easiest and simplest solution. And then play the powers so we don't draw them again. Play this for Ink Bottle. Don't bother keeping Apparition. There's plenty more where that came from. Good fight. All we have to do is make a small amount of block each turn as well. Should be easy enough. Now that we have 3 Deflect pluses. And there they are. Found them. Just doing ink bottle things here. Fight. Tim the Time Eater, that's right. Deflect plus number 4. Quadruple deflect. Just replace all your defense with free versions of themselves, and you will have no problem at all. Tim the Sorcerer, that's right. There are some who call me Tim. Okay, we can just keep one Apparition in our hand. That's nice and easy. We'd like to exhaust most of the one-time use cards where possible. Including Piercing Well. This, and I suppose this. Nightmaring Apparition again seems the simplest solution. We play Fumes, Footwork, Gamble, Terror, Caltrops. We even have another turn. Actually, didn't realize that. Thanks for the free turn, nerd. We'll just let those apparitions kind of float around in the deck. They are fine. And again, note that despite the fact that this deck is 41 cards, we're seeing the last card in the draw pile here on turn 4 against Giant Head. So we've drawn 40 cards in 4 turns, and then some. It's a good sign. Got all this leftover energy. Let's do this then. See those later. They're fine. These two. Beat of Death is going to be a little difficult to deal with, that's for sure. Especially with only 33 health. I'm not 100% sure what we're going to do about that. To be entirely honest, it doesn't seem all that likely to be successful. If we don't have a good answer. Poison. So you have 6 total turns of intangibility. Plenty to work with here. Get rid of that. Keep this. Hello and welcome to Cap Driver. Have a seat. Get cozy. Not exactly optimizing my damage each turn. I really don't need to. Got plenty of intangibility to spare here. GG. Alright, that wasn't too bad. Trounce Giant Head, we trounce Nemesis, we trounce Reptomancer. Now we draw more cards on turn 1. Exciting, especially with the Ancient D set. We're offered the second Terror or a Grand Finale. This would be the way to get double Terror done, but I think this deck's already close enough to the brink. I'd really rather not mess with it too much. So let's not take this Terror. Already too many. We've not mastered Finale, nor have we gotten our first Finale yet. We could here get 2 Madnesses. Or I can go down to 31 max health. Oof. I don't think we want 2 Madnesses. Although Madness on a card that gets Nightmared could be good. And we have to recall here. Oof, I was hoping we'd actually be able to rest. Alright, 17 health into the boss gauntlet. I actually don't know if we get to live. I'm going to be very honest. Do not know how this goes for us. Looks like we're already taking damage turn 1, although I do have a Gambler's Brew that can change everything. And I might need to, because this turn 1 looks pretty bad. Well, more accurately, turn 2 looks like death. If we just draw a Deflect, Cloak and Dagger next turn, we won't be able to do much of anything. We are also going to draw a Piercing Wail, but... Oh, we will remove Artifact, actually. If I play Terror on Donu, Artifact will be removed. So I can Piercing Wail, Deflect, Cloak and Dagger, Doppelganger. Okay, that's not bad. That's not bad. Doppelganger this turn would be nicer because of the extra energy, but my strongest preference is to get through the fight with as few potions used as possible. So let's try that. Doesn't actually really matter who I target first here. That much. Can't get another Kunai. We'll go Caltrops, Skewer, Deflect. We'll take some damage. And a little bit more here, not much. To play the well-laid plans, play the doppelganger. Next turn, Dark Shackles blocks to echo. Okay, we're okay here. We're losing health, which is concerning, but we're otherwise okay. Definitely why I would have preferred to rest, but here we are. Maybe I didn't need to do that, actually. We need to get Corpse Explosion on the Donu. Like this. Then gamble? Yes. Nightmare is 5 cards away, so Acrobatics alone reaches it, and then I can Nightmare Adrenaline. Let's do that. Footwork or Crippling Cloud? Let's do the Cloud. Keep Apparition, yes. As soon as Donu dies, the fight is now over, because the Corpse Explosion will kill both of them. So it's really all about just one win that we need here. Sure are a lot of cards in my hands. Beautiful. And then shoes. Not bad. Not a bad turn at all. Alright, we still have both our potions for the second boss. All we have to do is survive the next boss. And we're on to Act 4. So that is our top priority over everything else. Just stay alive through the boss fight. I'm willing to use both potions if necessary. It is the Awakened One, Tim on vacation today. And we got Well-Laid Plans turn 1. This is pretty encouraging. Awakened One pretty easily trounced by reasonable use of the kunai in most circumstances. We also get a very easy Nightmare on Apparition if we want it, which will make this also very easy. Let's do that. Probably play Fumes, but not Caltrops. Fumes is really good with the Snecko Skull. This goes here. This goes here. I probably have to play Apparition Deflect, or I get a lot of... Yeah, we just die, right? Yeah, just do this. Since I made more, I'm not going to need the others, right? Theoretically. Good turn for the Doppelganger. And we'll get Kunai Scaling going next turn. Actually, maybe I'll Doppelganger next turn. Let's do Kunai this turn. Flying Knee, Die. Cloak and Dagger? Actually, let's go Cloak and Dagger. It's 2. I guess I'll do it this way. Wait, no, I didn't do that right? No. Get one more energy for next turn. keep Apparition Doppelganger. That works. That works. Probably should have gotten rid of Die though. By playing it. So, don't play the footwork, do play the fumes, do play this apparition, do gain dexterity if possible, not possible, so do play Doppelganger for a ton of energy next turn. Keep Dagger Throw, yes. Next turn we're going to gain 2 or 3 points of dexterity, and that should put us into the safety zone pretty well. Okay, who's that? Corpse Explosion on this bird kills them both. Just do that. To Master Strategy for more kunai stuff. Let's do it. The Bane. How many more can I get? If I gamble, we can get quite a few more, looks like. Sticky Strike, Die. Cloak and Dagger. Yeah, 5 dexterity now. Good, very good. Let's just go Deflect, Flying Me. Keep these 2. Alright, now this fight is under control. We've got dexterity, we've got cards in hand, we have no minions on the field. It's good. Very good. Keep that Piercing Wail as well. We can do the Wail trick to make phase 2 even easier. We're jerks. Wail trick meaning when Awaken 1 phase 1 perishes, play Piercing Wail for a temporary strength reduction. If Awaken 1 dies while the temp strength reduction is in effect, it becomes a permanent strength reduction for phase 2. And that's pretty sweet. $18 plus 12 plus 14. Yeah, that should be enough. So here. Play Piercing Wail, Awaken 1's strength goes to 0, and when they come back to life next turn, they have 0 strength, which means we get the easiest time possible here. Good. A hot sec. Go. Those caltrops down too. Return. Excellent. Hey, Scotino, glad to hear you loved the presentation of our data. I really enjoyed putting that together and showing it off. Really cool, all the little tidbits that come up from a whole year of data like that. Did I want to discard that? Probably not, actually. Doesn't really matter, though. We are strong now. By strong, I mean 12 dexterity. It's the same thing as being strong, right? Easy. Do know, though, that our damage is a little unsatisfying. We're going to need to upgrade the caltrops if we want the heart fight to be reasonable for us. Did I notice how well Runic Dome did overall? I'm not surprised, truthfully. I don't take it very often, only when I'm really convinced it's the correct choice. And like other relics that were taken very frequently, because of that, it ended up with a really good performance rate. Doesn't mean it's the best, just means that's how well it did. Some more shivs? Sure. Shivtacular. Keep this one. Failed to account for chip damage, though. Foolish. Foolish, foolish. That's okay. Simply having both of these potions into next act is a glorious success, if you ask me. Ink Bottle on 9's also pretty good. Alright. Tooth thump, tooth thump, tooth thump. Deep pulsing dread can be felt throughout the room. Is this the heart of the spire, the source of all of these upgraded skills in your deck? We're actually missing 6 health. As much as I'd like 6 additional health, really feels like this Caltrops upgrade is important. Nightmaring Caltrops actually might be one of the ways that we can defeat the heart without worrying too much about Beat of Death. Let's see. Fairy in a Bottle is here. Calculated Gamble is here. She can't afford the second Master strategy. What a bummer. Souvenir could be nice. Card removal looks pretty good. Does the damage dealt in that text screen mean anything? It is your score. So kind of a view of how well you've done throughout the run. Thorns Potion could help over Energy Potion. I actually like Thorns Potion quite a lot. Calculated Gamble's good. Card removal's good. Let's start with card remove. What are we removing here? Skewer. Skewer. Probably. Or Flying Knee. Alright, Flying Knee. Skewer can at least play for 0, but I don't usually want to do that. Yeah, we're only going to get debuff turn 1 against Heart. We're probably going to use an Apparition on the big hit anyway, and probably going to use Piercing Wail or Dark Shackles on the multi-hit anyway. So my thought is that we probably are okay. Although well-laid plans on the bottom could cause real trouble. I think with I am gonna swap Energy Pot for Liquid Bronze. I think we do need more damage for Heart, especially, and that will help. We could go for a second Fumes. We don't have Fumes Mastery, but I don't think it's the right play. I don't think that's actually going to help us against the Heart. Alright, big question. Did we draw... Got Doppelganger turn 1? That's pretty good, actually. That's huge. Turn 1. Top card is Bane, so I can't make these Sneaky Strikes free. Probably means I'm not going to play them. We'll go Noxious Fumes, Apparition, Deflect, Backstab, and then Doppelganger for 6 additional cards in energy next turn. That means we'll draw the 2 burns and up to Acrobatics, which means we can get rid of everything. We can just do so many things next turn. Perfect. Let's rain out 6 cards, 5 cards. Perfect also. And we want to hit the Spire's Spear. Next turn, I'm not intangible, but we have Dark Shackles Plus, which will work. So we're completely immune to that hit. That means we should focus on killing Spire Shields. Play this for Ink Bottle. Good talk. Thanks, Doppelganger. You did it. Eight cards to Nightmare. I can actually draw to the Nightmare. So if I want a Nightmare Adrenaline, and I do, we can. Good. Good talk. Don't even need the Master strategy to do it. That's pretty ridiculous. Caltrops. Stab. Cloud. Like this. Next turn we get 3 Adrenalines. We want to Corpse Explode the shields. And then the Thorns damage will kill the spear. Keep nothing, because I don't have well-laid plans down. Good talk. Next turn will have 99 blocks, so the more damage I can do this turn, the better. And I can do a kill. That's pretty good. And then we just want to set up the ink bottle as best we can. I'd say this fight went ideally. We didn't take a single point of damage. We didn't have to use a single resource. No complaints. Get a Centennial Puzzle for more card draw. Flex Potion if we want it, and another Dagger Throw if we want it. Winnable. Officially winnable, Twitch chat. That said, 25 health going into the heart is going to be definitely a challenge. Let's see. Oh no. Uh-oh. Well, the good news is all 3 apparitions are very early on, so what we can do is just play all 3 apparitions this turn. And be intangible for the first attack cycle of Heart. Guaranteed. That's an option. That means we get no further apparitions, which is kind of spooky. And we will need to set up Dexterity and Block cards for the big hits to come. We could try to use the Gambler's Brew here, but I have no idea what level of success we'll find trying to do that. Is the Centennial Puzzle a reference to the Millennium Puzzle from Yu-Gi-Oh? Yes, yes it is. Good catch. Yeah, even Nightmare is pretty far down. It's pretty tough. We're gonna go Deflect, Apparition, Master Strategy, I think is what I'm gonna do. Well, Apparition, Terror. How hard do we want to double? Pretty hard. Let's see, 3 more cards. Master Strategy draws 4. So it'd be Master, Apparition, Fumes. Would have to be, right? That means I don't get to play the Backstab or the Sneaky Strikes. No, I can play the other Deflect. What am I talking about? Excuse me. Talking hot nonsense. I have this card. So we do the following. That means we'll be drawing the Doppelganger this turn, huh? But the Adrenaline next turn. Very well. I accept this. So let me double check that I can do this. Dagger Throw, Sneaky Sneaky, Apparition, Fumes, Doppelganger last. For only +1. We could also skip the Doppelganger, but I don't see why I would. We need every little bit of advantage we can get right now. Play this, play this. That actually draws the Bane. Oof. Okay, that's good. Take this, play this. Currently drawing here, but statuses will change that. Okay, it is the big hit first, which means I actually don't need to play this Apparition, because next turn we're drawing Piercing Wail. Unless I play Adrenaline, in which case this turn we're drawing Piercing Wail. That doesn't seem very good, though. So I think I keep the Adrenaline, keep the Apparition, just play Survivor, Footwork, Skewer here. Next turn we play Piercing Wail, Caltrops, with the Centennial Puzzle draw. Get rid of the Void and the Ascender's Bane. Oh, we even have a boat thingy next turn coming in for block 2. So just neutralize is actually almost sufficient. Still, I do want to full block that hit. We don't have a lot of health to spare here. So this order. Survivor. Footwork. Skewer. And by keep, I simply mean don't exhaust it. Not keep it in my hands. Oh wait, oh I don't get to draw though. Means no Caltrops unless I use the Gambler's Brew. I understand. That's 75 damage if I gamble for it. But if I don't do that, I might be able to Nightmare it. Yeah, we can Nightmare Caltrops next turn if we want. Or maybe I'll Nightmare Dark Shackles Plus. That's also a really good candidate here. Guess it depends on what I'm Dark Shackling. That said, Corpse Explosion is 10 poison, which is pretty close to 75 damage too. Depending on how many turns this goes. Okay, I'm not going to use the Gambler's Brew. That's what I've decided. It's not correct. If I backflip, we draw here. Flash of Steel draws here. Play the Caltrops. And I can Calc Gamble, Nightmare the Dark Shackles, right? That feels right. No Void in the draw pile. Haven't gotten a lot of dexterity yet, which is definitely a little concerning here. But the Nightmare Dark Shackles will help us stay alive. Poor Shruzi is here. I don't get to retain anything. That part is spooky. Could also Nightmare Deflect, and then we have a ton of them. Feels so weird that Well-Laid Plans was so far down. This works out, though. Don't play Shackles now. That's foolish maneuver. Right, it is the single attack first, but guess what? Minus 15 strength is still a huge impact on an attack of this magnitude. So I'm going to go Deflect, Crippling Cloud, Well-Laid Plans, Dark Shackles, maybe a second Dark Shackles. We can just flat out take 30 damage off of this, turn it into a much lower number. Could puzzle first if I want to draw Die, Wound, and Sneaky Strike. Do I? No, not really. Doesn't feel like we need the Gambler's Brew yet. Artifact blocks the 7 poison off the Crippling Cloud, but Weaken applies. And then Dark Shackles are allowed to apply 12 damage. That we can deal with. Keep this in my hand. And if I play any other cards, the puzzle will draw. Which I don't want to have happen yet. So we keep Dark Shackles, Dagger Throw. Take 12. And I think we're set here. We get to block this multi-hit with the Dark Shackles quite easily. There's even another Dark Shackles in the draw pile if we need to block another multi-hit after this, but I suspect that we will not. This is a good turn to get some dexterity. Poison Stab or Bane? Probably P-Stab for the poison. We also have one Apparition left. Don't forget that we left earlier in the fight. I think that means we should be okay here. Especially with 120 damage dealt every time the heart multi-attacks us. It's good stuff. Get Adrenaline this turn. That lets me get some more dexterity and deal some more damage with our physical attacks. Although I actually can only do 27 more damage this turn. Something to note. Stay weak. Keep Deflect Adrenaline. Keep Deflect Adrenaline. Not Dark Shackles? Keep Dark Shackles Adrenaline. That way we can always block both next turns. Apparition 1, Dark Shackles the other. Beat of Death could be a problem, though. Yeah, I'm glad I took the Dark Shackles there. That was almost a mistake. Good job, Dark Shackles. There's a reason we saw Dark Shackles rate so highly in the colorless cards. There's definitely a reason. GG, Mr. Hart. What a run. Even with well-laid plans on the bottom, because we had the Frozen Eye, we were able to get the turns to set up well enough in the right order to prevail. GG, everybody. GG. Let's have a celebratory Storm of Steel victory. I'd say this card really steals the show. GG. GG. Yeah, that was a very difficult heart battle to navigate. Glad we made it through. Definitely feels like the kunai was the correct purchase. Very, very important to get through the late game. And I was about right. I said it was not going to activate every turn, and that is what happened. What was the Frozen Eye win rate? Very high. One of those relics that was disproportionate because you can only get Frozen Eye by purchasing it. So you'll only have Frozen Eye on runs where you think it's good and you chose to acquire it. And I think that gives the shop relics in general very high win rates. For example, we saw on Defect, 100% win rate with Dolly's Mirror. If I saw a card that was worth duping, we always won. GG. GG. So what did we get crossed off the list this run? 2 copies of... I think we already had Calculated Gamble. But there's a few others in there. Hold on. Has it been done? The spire sleepeth, and so shall I. Oh, that's right, Bane. We got 2 copies of Bane. Apparitions. That was our first Apparitions run of the year. Double Sneaky Strike. Double Apparition. Deflect. Dagger Throw. I think Dagger Throw was already done. Bane wasn't, though. And nothing else we had copies of. We saw the opportunity to get another Terror, another Well-Aid Plan, and another Noxious Fumes, but seeing how close the heart fight was, I really don't think we could have afforded more than maybe one more card. So I'm pretty happy with what we did there. Definitely glad we took the Nightmare over the second Adrenaline. We really needed the Nightmare to win those late fights with Nightmared various things. Nightmare Adrenaline was really good. Nightmare Apparition was really good. I liked it. No, I don't think we actually had data on what exactly I duplicated, Baron Fell. Did not have that one. According to Frozen Eye, we spent 15 minutes looking at the draw pile. This was a 2-hour run, partially because of how big and bloated the deck was, but it's good. It's really good. Playing another run today, we sure are. I've got high hopes we can get a Defect win today. So, Defect is who will be up next. Before we jump into a Defect run, I am going to take a break, refill the legs, stretch the water. Upon my return, there'll be some more Spire. Don't go nowhere, Twitch chat. I will be right back.